Alright guys, today we're doing slingshots and cutoffs. So, a sugar push to get us going. 3 and 4, 5 and 6. Left side pass. 2, triple step, triple step. We're doing underarm here. And then so you can see us underarm with the cutoff. Triple step, triple step. Then we're going to build a little combination. So we've got both the hands. Walk, 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 walk. Triple step, triple step. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, and 8. All right, guys, you ready? We are going to break down what you just saw in that video. So that's slingshots and cutoffs. These are some of the key progressive moves when moving out of level 1 into level 2. You want to build your repertoire. You know, slingshots and cutoffs never get old. There are tons of variations off of them, and they're pretty easy to start adding into your vocabulary. So, cutoff. Let's start with that one. That's an underarm pass move. So you'll see that 1, 2 meander is all the same. And then leaders, what I'm looking to do is to project my hand. I usually like to make contact in the middle of my partner. So if they're wearing, clothes, you've usually got seams. And that's a good reference to where the middles are. So I'm looking to make a very light contact with my fingertip on count 2 under, or around the middle of my partner. And then as my partner moves in, I'm going to stand back here so you can see me do it. But as Fab moves into her 3, my hand's going to sort of roll and press. And it's not a comfortable position where I'm standing right now, but I'll move that way. But then I'll hide my hand, so I wanted you to see. So I'll do 1, 2, start showing the cutoff, and then I'm going to take a 3rd step ahead of my partner. That really makes my life so easy, okay? I see a lot of guys doing this move, and they do it in the back seat, and that makes it hard work. You're actually taking your follower essentially into a different timing. That would say to do 1, 2, and hold 3, 4, 5, 6, maybe something like that, which might be cool, could be cute if used in the right way. But if you're just working on your basic move and you want straight in, straight out, I can't advise enough to at least get your head weight ahead of your partner so you can make the job very easy for yourself, but very smooth for your follower.
Followers, we want to talk about your count 3. So in a basic underarm pass, my count 3 is stepping forward. In the same thing in a cutoff, I want the same thing. So I step forward and then I pivot through the feet to make it a backward step through that. You'll also see that where the step was on count 3 was clearly underneath my body. So
yeah,
small step,
on 3.
And if we stop on count 3, you can clearly see my ear, shoulder, hip, foot, knee is all aligned, so then I can allow my body to continue past that.
Build lots of energy.
Build a lot of energy through it.
Cool. All right, so that's awesome. That's our slingshot, our cutoff. Let's move now to the slingshot. So for this one, we start with 2 hands. So we're going to pick that 2nd hand up. I'm going to open up the left side pass. Actually, let me just show you the leader's footwork, okay? So guys, I step down the slot on 1. I do basically a twist. Yeah, I shift my weight from my left to my right in 2nd position. So it's like a 2nd position twist. I arrive here on 3 so that I can tap my heel down in time to the music. 3, 4, and then your options would be to do a little crossing anchor step, or if that tends to trip you over, then you can turn your hips and do a regular anchor step. You want to go over the followers whilst we've done the leaders? We might as well.
Why not? We can. Okay, so followers. Very similar, again, to a left side pass where my count 3 goes. So I've got my 1st step forward, I've got my 1st step back. We want to make sure that my shoulders are facing my leader here. I start to take my 3rd step. You can see it's going forward here, and then I twist. I pivot through both of the balls of the feet to get myself back here on count 3. Same thing applies. You can clearly see the foot is underneath the body, so I can really pitch fully into that tension. So this is count 3. I've got a quick step coming back and 4. So I transfer my weight back onto my left foot and back out step, backward step on count 4, collecting that left foot, with a bit of resistance, you know, control through the floor, and then we've got our 5 and 6 for our anchor step.
All right, so showing you together. Remember, we've got 2 hands from that sugar push. So I take my first step on 1, the follower step towards me on 2, and then I shift my weight to that twist. Here's my and 3, and then I'm going to bring the left hand above my right for the 4, then we anchor step on 5 and 6. Okay, let's show you the other side. 2 and 4, 5 and 6. That underarm, you see I picked up the hand, it's real sneaky, that 1, 2, 3, just touch the inside of the hand very, very softly. And even if your follower's got her arm down beside her body, you can almost still manage to get your hand that way. Like in a sugar push, it can be a bit awkward to get it, or you know, if the follower doesn't offer it. So that underarm is a very sneaky way to get it. Then from here, we did the slingshot. So I open my body, 1, 2. Now here, guys, we don't want you to drop the connection out. Notice how I've taken my hands out to the side. This is a useful tip. Sometimes you're inclined to want to kind of like steer your partner like this. It's not, that doesn't feel very good, okay? So we're essentially allowing our hands out whilst we maintain the same connection. And I'm just using the back of my body to help steer my partner through their moves. Yeah, so again, the sugar push, I pick up the hand, and the slingshot is 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, and 6.
Followers, we'd love to see straightening through your legs on count 3, okay? It doesn't have the best look to have your legs bent.
Are we going to do the bent one? Let's do the bent one. All right, so you'll agree now you've seen it, that one doesn't look good.
So yeah, both for leaders and followers, we'd love to see. You'll actually see me start with the bent legs, same as Lee, and as we pivot through the feet and extend, full extension through the legs.
4. Bending and straightening, guys. That's how they work, yeah? One bends as the other straightens. It's a very natural process, just like cycling or, you know, swimming. Yeah. Okay, so that other combination of these 2 moves that we mentioned. I think it was maybe 3 or 4 years ago, actually, they kind of did this in the flashmob. Maybe reach back for it. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. We could free spin or inside turn off of that. So you can see how we can go back and forth from one to the other. Maybe break that down a little slower for you. I wasn't meant to, but now I've shown it to you. So it's just walking from slingshot into cutoff. And then I've just got to be very careful about how much I rotate. I don't rotate my follower a lot here. Yeah, there's quite a typical thing. If leaders give that side to the follower, you'll find that she wants to take another step. Yeah. So we've got to really do a good job here of keeping our followers parallel to us. We do that by keeping our right hand drawn close to our body. And as we said, this is like the flashmob variation from just a few years ago. And then an inside turn and anchor step on the end would look awesome. The way that we want to maybe see you develop that would be 1, 2, and add a walk here now. So you've done a slingshot, but you did it in a walk timing. And then we're going to do a triple timing as we do the slingshot. The cutoff, I always get these 2 confused. So 1, 2, slingshot, 3, 4, cutoff, 5. You see I'm getting ahead of my partner once again. 5 and 6, 7 and 8. And it would be awesome if we could get that to hit an accent in the music. That often we might like to start trying to target 1, the count of 1. I've forgotten what count I need to start with. I'm going to take a gamble and say 5, 6, 7, and 8. 1 and 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I gambled wrong. Should have started on a 7. All right, so if we start our sugar push here, 7, 8. 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hit 1. Okay, so you see I released all the hands, shifted to my left, created a bit of a freeze for my cutoff, and then I would just triple on the spot or triple away from my partner slightly to get us to an open position where we could do a free spin or something like that. Yeah?
Followers, I'm going to show you on this side of us doing it so you can see what
7, 8,
I do.
1 and 2, 3 and 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1.
So you see where the leader let go of my hands, I kept them there. So
it's like flamenco.
Flamenco, you know, so play with it, style it out. but you would see that I actually collected my heels together. This gives me a really good finished look to it. Now as Lee, or my leader, moves away from me, all I need to do is I need to give them my left hand, and as I do that, I just put my weight back onto my left, turn to my leader, and then I can walk. I don't need to physically do the triple step.
Yeah, and you see that doesn't happen until the end of 8. So if we're here at the end of 8, this will be the end of 4. So it's 1, hold 2, and then I'm going to move 3 and 4, and 1. Yeah, if you do it too early, it's like you're there and waiting.
Yeah.
So you want to do it at the last moment so we can blend into the next move. 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, and 6. All right, cool. Guys, you're going to see us doing that to the music once again in just a second. So, sugar push to get us going. 3 and 4, 5, and 6. Left side pass. 2, triple step, triple step. We'll do an underarm here. And then so you can see us underarm with the cutoff. Triple step, triple step. Then we're going to build a little combination. So we've got both the hands. Walk, 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 walk. Triple step, triple step. 3, 4, 5, and 6, 7, and 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, and